In this section, we are going to create the curb return profiles. Before that, we need to create a temporary corridor for this secondary road also. So I'm going to my home tab, go to corridor. So this time this should be my secondary road, and alignment should be secondary road, profile should be secondary road profile, assembly should be the same assembly we use for the main road temporary corridor. So I'll click OK here to set baseline parameters, and this one also I'll be creating from this alignment start to somewhere here. So you don't need to go up to this point, we will end somewhere here, and as earlier we will be having closer frequencies to make more accurate corridor. So I click OK and click OK and rebuild the corridor. So you can see now it is also created. Now I will create the corridor surface for this one. So I click OK here, click the corridor here, go to corridor properties from here, and on the surfaces tab I click here to create corridor surface. This should be temporary corridor top, and add top code as our surface basis and top links as our overhang correction, and add them as break lines. Go to boundaries tab, right click and add corridor extent as our outer boundary, and click OK and rebuild the corridor. So I press escape. Now both temporary corridors are created. Now we are going to create the curb return profiles. So this is one curb return as alignment, and this is the other curb return alignment. So we know that from this point towards this way, our curb return profile should match the main road because it is along the main road. So from here to here it should match the secondary road. So that is why we created two temporary corridors to get the elevations for this curb return alignment. So I'll click this one, our southwest curb return, OSW curb return. Then I go to surface profile. So I will add temporary corridor main road and temporary corridor secondary road to this alignment. So make sure this is on the southwest curb return, and go to draw in profile view to create a profile view because we haven't created the profile view yet for this alignment. Go to next. We are not going to change anything at this point. Click next again and click profile view. Then I will click it somewhere here. So you can see I press escape. This is your secondary road. So if I click here, you will see secondary road because the start side, and this is my main road. So your secondary road should match with the secondary road, and main road should match with the curb return at the start and at the end. And for the middle area you can modify it. First we need to mark from which point we can modify the profile. So you know, if I click here up to this point, this is along the main road. So at this point you have at this point onwards it should match the main road, and this point towards this way it has its own profile. That means the curb return has its own profile. So here at this point also the scenario is same. So what I do is I label this point and this point to check where it is. So I go to add labels from here. I add station offset. So I click this end point here I go to endpoint and I find this endpoint, so I shift right click and go to endpoint here to get that one. So I click this endpoint and our offset is 0. I'll type 0 offset, so it gives your label here. And similarly I come to here and do the same, no 0 offset, and press escape. So then it has some kind of a bigger label here. From this point you can grab this label out so that you know what it is. So you know at 4933 and 2577 you have this match points, and in between you don't have to match anywhere. It can have its own profile. So what I do is 25.77 and 49.33 we will create these points on the profile. I click here, go to add view labels, station elevation. So my station is 25.77 and my elevation should be this one, and 25.77 elevation should be this one at this end, and I click here. Then my other one 49.33 49.33, and this is somewhere here, right? So when you are creating this profile, from up to this point it has to match this profile, then after that it can has its own profile, then after this point it has to match the other profile. So now we are going to create this profile. So I click here, go to profile creation tools from here. So our name would be SW curve return FG for finish profile. So we don't need to have labels actually. So I click OK here, so it will give you the toolbar. So I go here, draw tangents. So I'll start from here and come up to here and then go up to this point, then I go to this point at the end. So you don't have to worry if it is not matching at this point, this area, because we are only concerning about this area beyond. So what I do is I will drag this somewhere here from the right side grip, and I will drag here this one from the left side grip. So if you like, you can have two curves here, otherwise you can keep them as it is. If these gradients are very smaller, you can keep them as it is, otherwise you can add two curves here. Let us say we are going to add a 10-meter curve here, 10-meter curve. So you add a 10-meter curve here and you add another 10-meter curve here, then press escape. So these things are normal profile modification Civil 3D. I'm not going to detail into that one. So make sure when the curve is created, that curve does not go into this location and on this side as well as on this side. So now our profile is completed for the curve return alignment on the southwest. So similarly you can create the same curve return alignment to the southeast side as well. In the next video we will see how to create the intersection corridor, because we have now created most part of these things.